Hey folks, welcome to Helen Roscoe Yoga on YouTube. I hope you're well. In this short practice today, we're going to take an inquiry into tree pose. We're going to explore ideas around feeling rooted and grounded, particularly useful for times when we're not feeling that way, or for times when we want to reassure it in ourselves. So we're going to start on the back of the body. At most for this practice, you will want access to maybe a blanket, maybe a wall, or a chair. So in particular, when we're working with balances, you might find it useful to have a prop to work with to help support your balance. So we're just starting with our knees bent, feet on the floor, taking a few moments for the body to settle, finding a connection with the breath, and just noticing how we're feeling in ourselves. And when you feel ready, with an exhalation, you just allow your head to roll one way. Inhale and bring your head to center, and then exhale and roll your head the other way. So take that again to each side. Head comes to center as you breathe in, rolls to one side as you exhale. Head comes to center as you breathe in, and then to the other side as you exhale. Coming back to center. And on an inhalation, let your arms move up and over towards the sky, either above or behind you. And as you exhale, lower your arms forwards and down. And taking that pattern a few times as well. Just allowing yourself to come in with a bit of movement here, mobilizing into your shoulders, connecting to your breath, just integrating that breath movement connection, which can also be very grounding and very reassuring for the nervous system, and bringing that sense of focus when it comes to balancing postures. So when you feel ready, we're going to let those arms rest by your sides. And I'd like you to explore with one leg at a time. So let your arms just move away from your body a little. As you breathe in, roll your left knee out, and as you exhale, slide it along the ground. And then breathe in and bring the heel up and your foot on the floor. So as you inhale, roll the right knee out to the side, exhale, slide the foot along the floor. Breathing in, bring the foot up, exhale, place it on the floor. So take your time to roll through that pattern at your own pace. So it's a full breath cycle that you're taking each time. So as you inhale, the knee rolls out. On the exhale, that's one breath cycle, and then you inhale again, bringing the knee up, exhale, and you place the foot on the floor. So once more through each side, and we're bringing about that mobility for the hips here, which is always really useful when it comes to tree pose itself. Okay, and just mimicking the shape that we might take when we're standing in tree pose. So let your arms be comfortably away from your body, your feet are on the floor. We're going to move through a hip mobility and stability practice now, a Feldenkrais movement. As you inhale, lower one knee out to the side, and then press into your other foot as you lift your hip on that side away from the ground. And then breathe in, lower the hip to the ground, exhale, bring your knee up. Other side, inhale, the knee lowers down, exhale, press into your foot, maybe your head rolls to the opposite direction. And then the inhale, and then the exhale. So you're trying to bring in a sense of rhythm and flow with your movement. And the exhalation is very much about pressing into that foot and lifting your hip on that side. So I'm just going to talk through. The right knee goes down as I breathe in. As I exhale, I press into my left foot, lift the left side of my pelvis off the ground, and look over my left shoulder. Then as I breathe in, I'm going to lower the left side of my hip, and on the exhale, the right knee comes up, the foot's on the floor. So this time the left knee goes out, breath out, I press into the right side, easing my neck in the opposite direction, or my gaze in the opposite direction, and then coming back on the exhale. So have another play with that a few times to each side. Really lovely, nourishing movement between your shoulder blades as well, this rolling action. A beautiful way to wake up your body, wake up your spine, wake up your feet. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more to the other side. And then I will bring myself back to neutral, feet together, knees pointing up. Just take a few moments there, re-snuggle the pelvis. And then come over onto the side of my body, tucking the knees in towards the chest and then extending one leg out away from me, picking myself up slowly off the ground and coming up to sit. From sitting, we're going to come into all fours. So take your time to arrive in an all fours position, maybe padding the knees. I'm activating into the feet. I'm going to keep my feet, toes tucked under here. My hands are placed underneath the shoulders, fingertips are spread wide, toes are tucked under. And a few rounds on the exhale where you take the hips back towards your heels and then softening the feet and send the pelvis and the shoulders forwards a little, just a little, not so much that you're dropping through the front of your pelvis. There's a containment coming in through the navel. So this would be dropping. So I'm looking more for this sort of action here. So there's still a little hinge in the pelvis, a bit more containment coming in around the navel and for your spine. So breath in is forwards, the feet soften, breath out, you activate the feet and your hips move back. So I'd like you to roll through that a couple more times with your breath. Backwards and forwards motion, again bringing the feet in this way, tucking the toes under, grounds the shape. Now through this flow, forwards and backwards, we make a transition to downward facing dog. So hips move back and then up to the sky, stretching along the backs of your legs, spreading the toes. Inhale, lift the heels, exhale, lower the heels. So if we're feeling particularly tight or limited, bending those knees, just tilting the pelvis a little as you go can be really useful for bringing this into a more accessible shape. A little bit of a knee bend as you then press through your hands, emphasize the shape, wriggle the pelvis, lift up through the tail. Begin to walk your hands and feet forwards towards one another. Your hands back, your feet forwards. Into Uttanasana, forward bend. We're just going to invite that head to release tension along the neck. One of my new favorite movements in every single class I teach. Allow the natural pull of gravity to release the tension along your neck. It's the first session in osteopathic school, apparently, according to my osteopath. So we are going to bend those knees more deeply, lower the tailbone down as you exhale through the legs, bring yourself up to stand. Have a little shake out. Okay, and walk up and down your mat a few times. So we just want to pay attention to the way we're placing our feet as we move towards balance. Slowing the movement of the feet as you go so that it becomes a little balance as you move through the step. Exploring how your feet make contact with the ground and that shift, that moment of balance when one foot lifts off the ground. Maybe there's a breath to explore there and then placing it down again and we're on the other side. Maybe there's a little knee bend to bring that stability. Or maybe we straighten up and we explore a little further. So have a little play with your balance, one side to the other. Exhale, placing the foot down, finding that sense of gravity, and then respond. Inhale, lifting the foot up, explore your balance, stay a breath longer, and then go again. So when you feel ready, I would like you to move towards a wall. In particular, if you feel this is going to be supportive for your balance. So one hand is on the wall. I'm going to go with my right foot to begin with. So stepping onto the right foot, lifting the left foot off the ground. With an exhalation, stepping onto the left foot, lifting, the right foot, and the left foot comes off the ground. So again, we're just sensing, where is my balance at today on my right side? What do I need here? Can I do this without the wall? Can I support it for a moment? And then bringing up your left knee, pausing there, settling into the balancing leg. With an inhale, take the knee out to the side, and with an exhale, bring the knee to center. Inhale, take the knee out to the side. Exhale, bring the knee to center. One more in this way. And then bringing the knee to center, place the foot down for a moment. Have a little shake out. And then placing that effort once again, that support, stability through the right foot, grounding there. Exhale, bringing up your left knee. As you breathe in, take it out to the side. And then either take a hold of the foot, bring it into your inner thigh, or keeping a hold of the knee, find a position on your leg where that foot can rest, where you feel stable. So I wouldn't recommend going for the knee, particularly if your knee is painful or you have instability happening on that one side. We can go for the knee if we feel strong, if the knee is strong, but otherwise avoid the knee. Find a position you can rest that leg against the other and have a little press one against the other so you feel more active in your legs and your balance. That might help you feel more grounded, more rooted in your shape. Then if you like, take one arm up to the sky, the free arm, keeping your other hand on the wall or the tabletop or the chair. And then if you feel steady there, fixing your gaze somewhere ahead of you, be more tree. Take your other hand up to the sky. Emphasize the branches of your tree, lengthening up, up and up to the sky. Maybe shifting your gaze for a moment. There could be some movement in your tree. There should definitely be a smile in your tree. And then your hands come to the center of your chest. A few more breaths to explore, bringing this stability to your pelvis, to your hips, to the balancing leg, and to your mind. Exhale down to the supporting leg, and then release it. Have a little shake out. And to counterpose from that, I'd like us to take a forward bend. So letting your chin gather in, releasing forwards and down into your forward bend, bringing that sense of movement across your head once again, side to side, just letting go. And then bending your knees more deeply. Exhale, bring yourself up, up, up. Have a little walk. Just walk away, shake it off. And we'll come and do the other side when you're ready. So we're going to take a step onto the left foot and the right foot is free. So that's the first port of inquiry, is to explore that one side a little more fully. Maybe bending the knee and then straightening the leg. So you explore what it is to move through that flexion and then extension in the knee. Okay, bringing the foot down, bending the knee a little, and then other knee comes up. So right hand to right knee. Maybe it's underneath the thigh as well. So maybe it's not quite in front of you. Inhale, taking the knee out to the side. Exhale, bringing it across to center. So let yourself move through that. You might be able to explore this as well with your other hand free. A little more challenging for your balance, or not just a little, a lot. Take your time. Smile lots. It's always more joyful. It's easier when we smile. Place the foot down, shake it out. Okay, so we have a little bit more of an idea of how this is going to work. So we're stepping onto that left foot, grounding. Exhale, bring your other foot up. Inhale, take it out to the side, and then either guiding in with the foot to meet the thigh or somewhere along your leg. It could even be low down as well against the foot. It doesn't need to be what we might think of tree pose if we've seen it in a book, for example. Focusing on our balance could be being with one leg off the ground and we're balancing on the other leg. It doesn't need to be a classical posture in order for it to be experienced or embodied. We can still embody the essence of a tree. So we're going to let one arm move up to the sky, take that arm up. Maybe the gaze shifts or you fix your gaze ahead of you. And then if you would like to, or if you're feeling stable, more tree-like, more anchored, maybe your other arm moves up to join you. And you pause for a few breaths there, feeling that sense of stability as you exhale, really anchoring down, rooting down. The trunk is very supportive, the navel very supportive, the glute, the leg, the knee, the foot. And then bringing your hands in towards the heart and a few breaths at the heart space, smiling in your tree, shrugging those shoulders down away from your ears. That sense of being grounded and rooted, stable as you exhale. And then a sense of expansion, of movement, of smiling as you inhale. When you're ready, bend both knees, bring the feet onto the floor. Let's just shake that off a moment. Have a little stroll back to your mat. Pausing there, bring your hands to center. Again, just noticing your breath. On the exhalation, rooting down. We want to feel like we're grounding through the feet as we breathe out. Then on the inhale, take the arms up to the sky, up, up, up. And as you breathe out, hinging at your hips, bending your knees as much as you need to. Bring your hands down in front of you. Snuggle them in alongside your feet. Bend your knees a little more deeply. And then stepping out into a downward facing dog. Feet move back behind you, arms are in front of you, but we're not in a plank. It's more like a triangular shape. So you're lifting up from your fingertips along your arms, along the spine, sides of the body, back of the body, front of the body to the pelvis, moving up to the sky. And then down along the legs, moving down towards the ground through the heels, the backs, the knees, the toes. So we're sort of making a triangular shape here with the body. When you feel ready, inhale, the knees come down. Maybe re-snuggle your hands and your feet, and then exhale, rolling back into a child's pose. Support your head, resting down towards the ground, having that sense of feeling rooted and calm. Smile to yourself through all those different tree variations that you explored. And you can either stay here and rest for a little longer, or when you feel ready, just gradually unfurl, come back into your day and have a little check-in. So take a few moments to notice how you feel. Invite a sense of feeling grounded, calm. Recognize that contact that you have with the earth. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this exploration into tree pose. I'd love to know. Please do leave your comments and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, thank you.